Okay. So, I thought I would do a reading today on what the fuck is going on in this world right now, because it's all a bit bonkers. Yeah, there is a lot of high strangeness going on. If you haven't noticed the high strangeness, where the fuck have you been? Because seriously, guys, what the fuck is going on? What we're seeing it's like the alchemizing. So I'm just arranging my cards. The alchemizing of institutions, for example. Yeah, so institutions aren't quite working properly. Yeah, like they used to. That's not a bad thing. It might feel like it is, but I promise you, it's not. Because what that means, essentially, so I'm just arranging my shit. Essentially what that means is, if you are doing the inner work, then it's working. So what do I mean? What do I mean? What the fuck do I mean? So something we teach, the main thing we teach is how important it is to do the inner work. Yeah. So by inner work, what I'm referring to is, different people call it different things. You could call it self-improvement. You could call it, what else would you call it? The classic one, know thyself. Because if there's anything you need to know right now, it's know thyself. Without question. Yeah. That's probably the most important thing you can be doing right now, is getting to know yourself. Yeah. So I've got a new deck as well that I haven't used yet. It's going to be interesting. It's called The Murder of Crows. I don't know if it's backwards. Yeah, it's backwards and upside down because I've got the camera at an odd angle. But it's called it's The Murder of Crows, and it's one of what's the bloody Lo Scarabeo. Very good. They always do really nice cards. I got these for my birthday, actually. Yeah, they were for my birthday. So just a little while ago. So yeah, this is a reading for yeah, what are these energies that are going? What is going on? What the fuck is going on in the world at the moment? So so when you're doing a reading, yeah, it's as much for yourself as anyone else. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not saying you don't do readings for other people, but it's usually for yourself. So other people being you being other people, because that's what we're moving into. We're moving into this idea that we are all of the one. So it's like a fractal, or you could say it's like a hologram. So from a holographic perspective, the whole is in the one, and the one is in the all. Yeah? Do you get that? Do you get me? So It's not something you can get your brain around. It's not something you can play off against your mind. It's a feeling thing. So when you are contemplating these concepts, close your eyes, come to your heart center and breathe and feel it. Yeah, if you've ever sat in meditation and felt everything fall away, and you felt that stillness, and you felt that oneness, that's what it is. Yeah, that is what it is. So, okay, let's get on with this, shall we? So I think I'm just going to pull random cards today. Fuck it. There are no rules, remember. Also, just so you know, under this video will be the link to our meditation circle, which we do Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays. If for any reason we're not doing it, I either will post on Telegram or I will post it in the Skype. It's on Skype, not Zoom. So I will usually post it in the Skype chat if we're not doing it for any reason. Okay. And that's usually it's 7:30 on those evenings, and it's no more than an hour. And the idea of it is we put my glasses on. Emperor. That way? No. That way. Emperor. Aha. Powerful figure. Very self-assured. No, you're not coming to sit on here. Come and sit over here, Smurf. But you're not sitting here because I'm doing a reading, right? But you come and sit over here. Good boy. No, it's dropping off. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so the idea is that after we do a little bit of breath work, a little bit of we do chakra balance, anywhere between 10 and 13 chakras we go through. We switch on the light and the DNA, and then sometimes we do like a speaking to your higher self. Other times we will just come to silence. So 10 of Wands, nice card. What about divination? Ooh, you see that? No, there we go. These are the Llewellyn Tarot. My favourite. One of my favourites. So you can take anything from this reading, or you can take nothing from this reading. It's entirely up to you. There are no rules. Okay, that's it with those cards. So I'm just going to pull one of these each. These are the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Yep, too many. These two cards here are very confident cards. They are, so it's all around confidence. So when it comes to your trust and your stability, your groundedness, to be able to then get a perspective, whether that's through divination or whether that's through creativity. Okay, so we've got Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms, and No. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. So these two cards are all around trusting in, come up that way. So you've got the Emperor and you've got the Council of Light. So these are, yeah, around the trust in your soul, you, yourself, your higher self, your higher consciousness, your super consciousness. That you have already set the path, yeah, and you have many helpers in those other realms. So trust that, trust it, yeah. You are in control, you are in charge, yeah. So think of these two cards, the Ten of Wands and the, get that in the right place, the Ten of Wands and the No. So it's like looking, so you're driving down the road, yeah, you're looking at the path ahead, at the road ahead, yeah. So if you see something just ahead of you, so this isn't about looking into the future. This is about just observing what's up ahead. Yeah, that's very different to looking into the future. So when you are looking at what's up ahead as you're going along your path, yeah, if you see something that is a diversion, or if you see something that is going to, you're going to need to slow down, or you're going to need to take some action to steer around whatever that is, you can do that. You can pause, you can say no, you can wait, or you can postpone it. Okay, let's go to, this is the Gateway of Light. So whatever these energies are that are going on at the moment, remember, yeah, and you know, whether you take this or not, your soul, so you are, let's start at the beginning, you are a powerful creator being, yeah, you are that, because you are a being of light. You are a being of light, a soul, a higher consciousness, a super consciousness in a physical vessel. Yeah, you with me so far? So before your soul incarnates, chooses where it's going to incarnate, yeah, because if you are a powerful creator being, yeah, your superpower is choice. That is your superpower. yeah, amongst other things. So if your superpower is choice, what choices you make, then it stands to reason that you can choose where you incarnate, who you incarnate with as parents, if that makes sense, and how that's gonna pan out. Yeah. Now that choice will be affected, will be determined by how much negative karmic baggage you are carrying, you are experiencing. Because there are some things that you carry through from one incarnation to the next, through the choices that your soul would have made, which would be, so negative karmic stuff is accumulated by negative misaligned choices. So if your choices are not in alignment with how your soul wants to express itself, then it forms a loop, if you like. Yes, if you are looping in the effects of the repercussions of your misaligned choices, does that make sense? Then that creates karmic baggage, which cloud your vision before you incarnate into a physical body. So going back to the car analogy, if you're driving along and you've got loads of shit on your windscreen and you can only see through a tiny little clear space on your windscreen, you're not going to see the bigger picture. You're only going to be able to see a tiny little bit of the picture and make choices based on how much you can see. Does that make sense? Halls of Amenti, initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. Sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. So your sacral chakra is all about your creativity as well, and it corresponds to the water element. Secrets revealed, that would be through this looking up ahead. So again, you're driving along, you check the road ahead, do you not? You don't go along the road with a blindfold on or with your windscreen blacked out. Yeah? So through trusting that your soul has set this path, so when you do something like soul realignment, for example, it clears the karmic baggage, the negative karmic baggage, whilst you begin to make more aligned choices. Yeah. What that enables you to be able to do is hear your soul when it's speaking to you. So what you can then do is your windscreen is clear. So you can clearly see ahead. You can clearly hear what your soul is telling you, and your creativity goes through the roof. Because what happens when you clear all that stuff and you reconnect to divine source energy, which is your creative energy, which comes from the earth, what you then get is, super creativity. Because if you are a being with a soul, then you have that connection to divine source energy. Yes, it might be blocked or distorted by your negative karmic stuff, but once you clear that, you have this amazing connection to divine source energy, which is creativity. And your sacral chakra, connected to the water elemental, is, and we've had a lot of rain actually recently, which is quite interesting, is all about creativity. So let's see what else we have here. Anything? Anything. So connecting to your creativity, allowing that to flow, allowing that to be expressed in however your soul wants to express it. Yeah? Well, I think that's it for those ones for the moment. Let's come to these. These are Mists of Avalon Oracle. There we go. Mists of Avalon. Again, it's round the other way, but never mind. So, Avalon being obviously Glastonbury, the tour, amazing place to get perspective actually. And the Glastonbury tour is actually where Arwen, who is the king of the Fae, rides out on Samhain and Beltane. That is the gateway, if you like, to the underworld, which is where we are at the moment, going from Samhain all the way through to Yule. It's 50 something days, because I worked it out last year, because there's numerology around that, which is really interesting. So we've just gone through Samhain, which is the beginning of the journey, which is New Year. So in the underworld, what we're doing is you can gather wisdom in that space. You can consolidate your wisdom in that space. Or you'll consolidate your knowledge, because wisdom is knowledge plus action. So knowledge is useless without action, because yeah, you can know everything, but if you don't actually put it into action, then it's not wisdom. Wisdom is your own personal experiences through that knowledge. Does that make sense? Come on. Waiting for one to come out. Doesn't want to. Don't want to. Well, if you're not going to, I'll change cards. Oh, and just so you know, the meditation circle is free. We don't charge for it. Because what we realised, one of the things we've been doing these past 2 years, 7 months, is holding a space for people. So part of that involves the silence. Because with everything that we're bombarded with all the time, yeah? No, okay. I'll come to the Aradia, Gospel of Aradia cards. Another one of my favourites. I just love them all. I have a large wish list of cards. It might be that that was the end of the reading, because it's pretty obvious, really. Okay. Peacemaking ritual. Okay. Peacemaking. Okay. So this does not mean that there's a misconception in spiritual practices that you have to love the things you hate. Yeah, that's not true. Because that implies that there's something outside of you that you have to change. That's not true. But in peacemaking, get that right, peacemaking is all about accepting where you are, who you are right now. That's what that implies. And again, this comes back to the trust, coming back to who you are as a soul and how your soul wants to express itself. Yeah, and you can do that through ritual. So that could be anything. Let's get that in the right place. These cards are stunning. I love these cards. So you can do that, you know, whatever that ritual is for you. Whether it's pulling a daily card, for example, that could be your ritual. For me, it's what is that for me? I suppose now it kind of feels like I'm guided. So even if I make plans, those plans don't always come to fruition. And if they do, it's not always in the way that I thought it would be, or that I imagined it would be, or that I visualized it would be. Yeah. But it could be something like walking every day. That's a ritual. It could be anything. A ritual can be anything, and it will be personal to you. But if it brings you to this place of peace, which is what the meditation circle is all about, it brings you to that place of stillness, centered, peace, the middle path. And to that place where you are not polarized by all this stuff, which is designed to polarize you. That's what it's there for. And from that place, from that middle path, from that centered space, from that heart-centered space, you can unplug from a lot of these things and not freak out about unplugging yourself from those things. Does that make sense? So peacemaking and ritual. So ritual, I mean, I suppose for us, what we realised, back in 2020, is that when everyone was going, these are the rules, we went, actually, no. We're going to make our own rules. 2020 and 2021 were incredible for us when it came to ritual. We did a lot of magic work during that time, on various different things, in various different ways, and it was a purely synchro-mystic journey. All the way up to this year, in fact. And we've been off the radar a little bit because we've been focused on family. Lots of changes happening. huge changes. Fucking hell, let's not downplay that, Ange. Huge changes happening. So, you know, we very much had that focus of, you know, family, and not allowing that, being guided by that. Does that make sense? So yeah, we haven't been around on here anyway for a little while. But in that was the ritual, and also in that was this returning again and again to this heart, this energy of love consciousness, this heart-centered space, which is stillness and peace, which all comes from trusting that you are held. You are being guided by your very soul. You are held by Mother Earth, your infinite creative energy, and Father Sky, or the void space, the quantum space of infinite possibilities. Yeah. And from there, watching the road ahead, being creative, because we haven't stopped being creative. We did a big great banishing and super manifestation ritual in May in Greenwich Park, which was phenomenal. There were 4 of us doing it that day. There we go. 3 of Swords. Beautiful. Beautiful crow. Love that crow. He looks like he's spotted something and he's about to go in. He's about to dive. So when you're coming from this place of peace, yeah, and you spot, so this is the guidance from your soul, and you will know when something is placed before your magical eyes on your synchronistic journeying. You will know when that thing is aligned to your soul. You will know 100%. No more? No. No more from that one. Okay. But these are really cool. These are really cool. Divine Doors. These are really cool. These are really cool little cards. They're tiny little cards. Love them. So, let's see what these have to say about the 3 of Swords from the Murder of Crows. The Murder of Crows Tarot. Okay. Palmistry. God, I can't barely read that. So small, this writing. Fortune and Tarot. Collective destiny. The palm lines from birth. Tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. There you go. Listen to your intuition. So your intuition is connected to the water elemental, which is here. Yeah. It's also connected to the element of air, which is in the Wands, which is here. 10 of Wands. Let's see if we can get another one. And the crow, so the crow is connected to air, obviously, bird, and is, well, for us, we always hail the crow when we see crows. Because they do, they are there for us anyway, as they're like watchers for us anyway. They are the watchers. Right, that's it for those. Okay, so let's have a look and see if there are any crystals that we can use at this time. Are there any crystals we can use to channel these energies, or direct these energies, use these energies, or deflect? If you want to deflect this energy that's happening at the moment, if you're not quite ready to use it, you can deflect it instead. Rhodochrosite. Oh wow. A new world we can fashion with love and compassion. Resolves issues of anger and resentment with love, compassion and forgiveness. Calming, gentle energy that will soften the heart and restore love and peace to all situations. An excellent stone to calm inflammation, irritation, aggravation, and dissolve long-standing issues. Rhodonite. So rhodonite connects with, so rhodochrosite connects with Venus. Rhodonite, and this is an amazing piece I got in Glastonbury years ago. Oh, can you see that? There we go. It's got hardly any black in it at all. It's an amazing piece. You don't often see, well I haven't for a while anyway, pieces like that. Oh, there we go, another one. Chrysocolla. So if you look at the colours of these, you've got a pink, like a pinky purple, and you've got chrysocolla, which is turquoise. So you've got heart, stroke, crown, and you've got higher heart. Can't really go wrong with those. Rhodonite does correspond to Mars, so Mars energy is really good for getting things done. Yeah, it's a really good energy for motivation. Yeah, but it also connects to the heart, so it can motivate from a place, from a heart-centered place. Does that make sense? Yeah. Chrysocolla, beautiful. And again, the colour of chrysocolla is very much connected to the water element. All these are very expansive crystals, I will say. Yeah, 3 really nice stones there actually. Really nice stones. I'm not sure about the price on chrysocolla. I know rhodochrosite is quite pricey, so you probably get it in little pieces. Rhodonite. Do we have any rhodonite? We did have some thumbstones, but I think they've all gone. We don't have any chrysocolla at the moment, but you know, that's not going to stop you going out and finding it. So definitely take note of these three. Yeah, these three crystals. Rhodochrosite, rhodonite, and chrysocolla. Yeah. Really, really good crystal, excuse me. Right, one more card and then I'm off, because this has been 40 minutes. Can you believe that? Where the bloody hell did that go? So one more card. This is from the Witch's Wisdom. What I love about these cards is every card has neutrinos in them. I love that. Neutrinos being light particles that move through us. They are what I call a 5D particle because they morph and change. They emit energy, and personally, from my own perspective, they are what we are made up of. Watchtower of the South, Summer. Now what's really interesting about that card, if you have a relationship with nature, you might be seeing at the moment that there is new growth happening in some flora, even flowers on that new growth, which is quite unusual because we're in November. There aren't many things that flower this time of year, but we are seeing new green growth and we're seeing flowers bloom, and the grass is a crazy intense, like luminous green that has no other description. There is no way to describe it apart from it is absolutely luminous green. It is phenomenal. It is and it's still warm. It's still warm. It's a bit chilly in the evenings, but it's still very, very warm. We are in summer. Yeah. We've even seen bees. Bees in November. We had a kestrel in the garden the other day. What else have we seen that was unusual? We have lots. We have 4 or 5 different varieties of fungi, mushrooms, on our green out there. Never seen those before, ever. And considering that we had a very dry summer, which is usually kiss of death, according to those narratives, the kiss of death for fungi. We're not seeing that. So there's something going on in nature which is, I would say, super abundant. Colours, so not just the green of the grass, but just generally colours on these flowers that we're seeing blooming this time of year, which is very unusual, are extremely vivid. So keep your eyes open, really, when you're out and about, especially in nature, just keep your eyes open for this amazing energy that we're going through at the moment. And that's the creative energy coming from the earth that we can take our cues from. She is our greatest teacher, nature. So crystals I've got here: black moonstone, azeztulite, which is beautiful. I'm going to be using that this evening in meditation. This is dumortierite, amazing travelling, as in astral meditation, that kind of thing. Beautiful stone. This is a rainbow moonstone. It's not going to flash. Oh, there is a little flash here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a beautiful piece. And then this is blue obsidian, natural blue obsidian, which is gorgeous. It's lovely. Anyway, I think that's it for this reading. Yeah, usual stuff. If you want to share it or comment below with what you think, what you feel, then you can do that. Love these cards. Look at that crow. Isn't he lovely? Lovely crow. Hello, crow. Gorgeous. Anyway, I will see you next time, and stay fearless.